also made of black locust, or are they cedar?
The shingles are cedar.
Okay.
Yeah. Shingles are, high quality shingles are made of cedar and cypress. Those trees grow in swamps. Another reason why we bring the stuff here, because otherwise the processing goes on where you cut the tree down and you didn't come here to go walking through a swamp.
Right.
So mainly this is slave labor making building materials.
Right.
Those men are sent out to the woods with the tools. They process the tree there. The only thing that's worth moving, the finished building materials, is put on a barge and floated into a city like Williamsburg, sold to carpenters like us. Like I say, our problem is that we can't go buy this in a 2014 store.
Right.
We'll stop making materials, then we'll do the construction and put the building together. So we need hundreds of pegs. We've already made tens of thousands of shingles. And like I say, once we finish all that, then we'll do the carpentry and put everything together.
So that peg is done now, the one you just finished?
Yes.
Can you guys imagine if this is what you did?
Oh, this is a trick question, okay? Ready? It's a trick question. Is it sharp? Good. You didn't wait for me to do the joke and everything. It's not sharp, I wouldn't be putting my hand on it. It's a splitting wedge. You know about simple machines? Splitting wedge with a handle or a lever. What I'm gonna do is get this stuck in this piece of cedar. I'm gonna let you swing away. All right, see how it's already splitting? All right, you finish it.
Can I?
Sure.
Get it hard, Maya, as hard as you can. Good.
Mucho mejor.
It's almost splitting. You're doing good, Maya. Keep going. Hit it hard.
Con más fuerza. Muy bien.
All your strength.
One second, one more. All right, one more. All right, hold the fire. Hand the club to her for a second. So, remember how I said it's a wedge with a handle or a lever. The levers help you move heavy weight levers. You ever seen a car jack work? Somebody look upside of a car. You're from Earth. I see the ears, so I understand. All right, but
Whoa!
all right.
That's how they make the shingles.
I'm gonna let you swing.
Hold on, Maya, watch out.
What's that,
So
Sweet?
like I say, the wood we're splitting is cedar, and these pieces we can't make shingles out of anymore because they've gotten dry and they've gotten splits in. And you don't want that in the wood that you're gonna make a shingle out of to protect you from rain. Good.
What's up, Maya?
So take a step back. Hold on, move that out the way. All right, go for it. There you go.
Wow, nice.
Excellent. All right, watch this. A fro,
right.
Kayla, tú lo hiciste.
this tool, and a club. Now, why are we using a wooden club? That's another trick question. Did they have metal tools back then? Did they have metal tools back then? They did. But why are we using a wooden club to strike this metal tool?
What would happen? One of them might what?
You're right. Metal on metal, it'll end up breaking. If I used a sledgehammer with it, we could have definitely split those pieces of wood using a sledgehammer in this fro. But we'd end up having a sledgehammer-shaped dent in the middle of it, and we'd have to buy another one. So you use a wooden club to strike it, and once you tear this up, what do you think you'll do? A teachable moment. I told you, grown-ups.
I know. You can't take them anywhere.
If we have larger logs we need to split, use a bigger club. We use hickory, something that absorbs shock, and it'll last a good amount of time if you're beating on it. Hickory is the same type of wood we made the handle out of. So it all depends on what you want to make with the wood to tell you what type of tree you got to use.
Here, let's see.
Oh, hi.
Colonial era, but in the modern era, I have no perception.
What's wrong with that? What's wrong with this picture?
And so,
They're building here.
but you don't shake your foot. Your foot you hold real tight so that it,
Well, I'm
Oh, this.
you know, the foot is holding that stick.
That's corn husks.
So what are these used for?
to feed
I
the
think,
animals.
Michael, that sometimes they use that for thatch.
But there's no thatched roofs.
No,
This
there's
one
not.
is not thatched, but I think they're attached.
No, they use it for some. I don't know what they use corn husks for. It could be. It could be for. It could be to burn. It could be to burn. It could be. I don't know.
Maybe burning. Maybe.
I'm dropping out manure.
Wonder what that is.
Squash called
Right.
called kashaw, but they winter very well.
They're called what?
Kashaw. So they got particularly big this year.
So are you actually preparing anything now?
No, we cooked yesterday, but today we just made a fire to keep warm. And I'm just trying to let it die down. We'll get ready to bake it soon.
What's upstairs?
It could be used as storage. In the 18th century, you could maybe use it as a living space while you're building your own home that's separate from the kitchen. If you could afford a cook, or if you have an elder slave who's too old to work in the field, you could bring them into the kitchen to say you have a cook, so you're a little bit higher,
Right.
at least socially. So have them live in the kitchen. So we use for a variety of different things.
What did you cook yesterday?
We cooked kale, and it was a one-pot meal, so it was kale and green beans and queen Anne peas.
What was the third item, please?
Queen Anne peas.
Queen Anne peas.
So what would typical lunch be like?
Out in the fields, you're not going to be doing anything particularly fancy, particularly on a middling plantation. You